in former Foreign Affairs Minister Winston Peters now. Morena, Mr. Peters. In terms of New Zealand, what should we be doing? You heard the answer from Professor Patman. From your experience, what should we be doing here in Aotearoa?
Well, it's no time for a knee-jerk reaction, and it's no time for an overreaction, and it's no time for a tokenistic reaction. It's time, if you really want to help the people of Ukraine, is to give them more military utilities, more armaments. They are winning this war, much to Russia's embarrassment. Russia has come in thoroughly unprepared, and particularly when the moment they have left their own land, their preparedness for this war has been shown up. Their losses are massive and also repetitive of the previous, First and Second World Wars, where their losses were massive initially as well. So history is starting to repeat itself, and as a consequence, you've got this threat being used by, dare I say, Putin, but not for the first time. But the real point is that it's the war they're losing, and we have spent a fortune building, I might say, our new embassy in Moscow, and I kind of think that we could do far better for the people of Ukraine by giving them the things they've been asking for and the reason why they're winning this war, the military utility.
So, Mr. Peters, you're saying that the sanctions that we have put in place, the fact that we've been helping their troops to prepare for war, and obviously this latest move from Minister Mahusa talking about that the expelling of the Russian ambassador here in New Zealand is on the table, that's not enough? Is that what you're saying?
Well, I say they've got politicians shouting out that, and their next question is, well, how will it help them win the war? And the war is what's critical at the moment. If they can make it through till December and January and be totally on top, then they've got a great chance of winning this war. And everything else you've got here is really a charade, which we should not overreact to. Don't forget, months and months ago, they were having exercises on the borders of Ukraine, claiming they were totally innocent. They've changed their argument 3 times. Now, no one's fooled by this, nor is China. Nor do I say it is North Korea that are fooled by this sort of language. The reality is that Putin has painted himself into a corner, and the greatest hope is that there is, even though he's got a multi-strated defense system for his personal self, that there will be common sense prevail. And I think we should not overreact at this point in time. Whilst you can talk to people, you've got a chance that you might change them. But I think a tokenistic reaction, let's shut down our embassy in Moscow, where will that get us in the long term? We're a trading nation, and we could step up on a matter of principle and freedom and still show enough wisdom ahead to look after our long-term interests.
You said this, and I think this is quite a scary point. You said that Putin has painted himself into a corner. He's threatened to use nuclear weapons. How concerned should we be about what his future actions may be, given what he has already done?
Well, I think the world is aghast at that. But I think also that people know enough about the internal workings of certain countries to know that when people get to that level of what you might call conversation or warning that suggests that something else is going on in their minds, that there's hopefully in the system a chance to react. It's an appalling circumstance to even threaten nuclear war, or even strategic in this case, because it's limited, and will nevertheless bring about a reaction from NATO and the United States that's 20-1 stronger in real terms with respect to Russia. It'll be the end of modern Russia in its present context, should they go down that pathway. So, let's not overreact ourselves. Be calm here. Make sure, though, that everything we can do, and we can do a whole lot more for Ukraine, is done in the interest of freedom and liberty.
Foreign Affairs, or former Foreign Affairs Minister Winston Peters joining us. Thank you so much, Mr. Peters. Always a pleasure to have you on the show.
Thank you.